Hi guys, today is May 6, 2021, and I'm tired, stiff, and sore today, so it was stretching and mobility. I'm starting with a dive bomber push-up. It's similar to a Hindu push-up, except you pretty much retrace the entire path that you took. So what I've done up until this point, I'm gonna just reverse everything, whereas in the Hindu, you lift your hips back up and recycle into the down dog position. Dive bomber, we just do everything in reverse. This push-up is important to me. When I was having shoulder issues from bench press and regular push-ups, this version of the push-up fixed that. So I've been doing them for many, many years now. Learned this from Matt Fury, for some of you old time guys. Okay, the side split. This is something that's really crucial. Be careful if you decide to do this yourself. Never bring yourself into even close to 90% of your maximum range of motion. From that side split, I like to pivot into a front split. Emphasis is on placement of the hip bones. You want them, I'm trying to position my right hip bone to be equidistant to the gate that's in front of me. And now we're turning the other direction. And once again, trying to position the left hip bone, try to square it with the right, and also pushing it down into the floor and getting the chest tall. Returning back into side split. Also, if you can angle your feet inwards the way I've got mine, that will just give you a little bit more emphasis on the inner thigh. The pigeon pose or the pigeon stretch is extremely, this is huge. You get the biggest gluteal stretch that you can, that's easily accessible. And yeah, I just do a little modified version of it, where once I've positioned my front leg into that 90-degree angle, I then try to slide over to that side. So in this case, I'm actually sliding over to the left and trying to position my right leg, not just behind me, but it's actually crossing the midline. That allows me to really start positioning my right hip bone down into the floor. And the more I can get this position, the bigger of a stretch I get in my glutes, even if my headset falls out. Okay, and then from there, I'm out. Okay, now this is the lunge stretch, a big stretch for opening up the hip flexors. It is an anti-sitting stretch, and it's all good. Now this one, I'm also trying to maintain a very tall spine. I'm using my left arm. I'm pushing with my left elbow into the outside of my right leg to actually bring me or twist me into the stretch more. This enhances the effect in the left hip flexor, quadricep, and even the core if you're really tight. So that just allows you to take up all the slack in the position. I'm going to do the other side now. Similar, we just take a nice big step back. This stretch is really, like, if you've been sitting a long time, there's my, okay. I'm showing you a variation here. This is what's called a prisoner positioning of the hands. The reason for that is it cues the spine into a vertical and upright posture, which makes settling into your lunge and the stretch you get on your rear leg just a little bit more focused and directed. Okay, so once again, I'm using my right arm to guide myself into a stretch. I'm pushing down. That's a way of actually torquing myself into the stretch. Not torquing. Okay, so I'm just moving into that, trying to enhance the stretch I'm getting on the right hip flexor, quad, and maybe abdominal area. And then getting up tall. Always try to get tall in any position you're in. That'll usually take up all the slack, and you can get a little extra stretch into whatever you're doing. Okay, so time to bail, the lunge stretch, and okay, the bridge. If you haven't done bridges, please work with someone that has experience with these. I'm not doing great here, but this is the best I can do with my feet flat on the floor. I actually have a lot of weight emphasis on my heels. I used to do this off the balls of my feet, but I learned from some of you that is cheating. So I'm now doing this, and this is the best I got. For me, holding my head off the floor, it's like difficult. After I do the bridge, I like to turn over and do my version of a hollow body. This just reconnects, reinnervates the anterior core, my abs, and everything. Sometimes when you do the bridging exercises, you get an inhibition of the anterior core that lasts a little bit, and it sometimes just feels weird to move around. Anyway, you guys, I really appreciate you watching. Let me know if you have questions, and much aloha to all of you. Bye.